Meanwhile, Donald Trump last night tried to blame egg prices on Joe Biden. And if you look at the data in terms of inflation, inflation was basically under control. Economically, it looked like we had basically achieved soft landing. And literally within 6 weeks, Donald Trump has set the stage for a potential recession. And not just a recession, but like some form of stagflation, where we still are getting prices going up. Now, it remains to be seen what's going to happen with these tariffs. The easiest explanation is this is just a way for him to sort of like either crash to go long or short on various commodities or investments that would be sensitive to tariffs in some fashion. The prospect that they're going to be imposed, and then the fact that they may never develop.
Mm-hmm. And this is not to say that the economy was good for everybody and the Democrats didn't fail in some ways. Like, housing is absolutely unaffordable right now at record levels in terms of the percentage of people's income. And we just hit a record in terms of credit card debt. So like but the problem is that the Biden administration was trying to do some things via antitrust and enforcement and to make it so that, you know, they weren't running rampant, like just going completely crazed like Trump is letting them do right now. And they're trying to do like reverse the good things Biden did on the economy to make things worse, which if it crashes, it doesn't matter to the billionaires as much because they'll just buy up with all the money they have, as we were saying, the depreciated assets and move on with their lives and accumulate their wealth once again.
AP is now reporting Trump grants this 14 minutes ago 1 month exemption for U.S. automakers from new tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada. Now, look, I don't know what, what kind of manipulation that like, I mean, this is market manipulation. It is. And we don't know how he's cashing in on it or who is or what, but that's what's happening. Now, with all that said, you're still going to see inflation from this because if I'm a car manufacturer and I'm, am I going to produce cars? If my production lines in Canada or Mexico or China are they like, I'm going to slow them down.
Right.
Because I don't know how many cars I'm going to be able to sell a month from now in the U.S. if they're going to cost 25% more. And so we're going to start to see this like, for a long time, we would hear from Republicans, like the business community needs some predictability. And the idea that you could raise taxes in 3 years, people don't know how to plan for that. We're really in a predictability crisis right now for a lot of these corporations. And when it comes to addressing the inflation, I've got some very bad news for you. Unless you have a big backyard. Egg prices are through the roof because, of course, this administration went over the past 6 weeks has not taken the idea of the bird flu seriously. They started to come around recently. They fired a lot of the people who were in charge of basically containing the bird flu at the USDA. They had to rehire them to the extent that anybody was like, I'm not going to go back into that meat grinder. They recently allocated $1 billion apparently to dealing with the bird flu. But, one of the things about these type of like potential epidemics is that you got to get them early. But in terms of inflation, Brooke Rollins, who is the agriculture secretary, wasn't she the former lobbyist for like the seed company, or is that somebody else?
The deputy that she appointed was that.
Here she is explaining to Fox News how this whole egg problem is easily overcome.
Well, I have chickens in my backyard. Sean started that. Yes. And yesterday I went out. They just started laying. And yesterday I got 5 eggs. I guess my question, if you could make it just really quick because I'm out of time, is part of the solution more small farms? Because when avian flu hits and you have these giant industrial farms and these chickens, which I don't think the eggs are as good anyway, is part of it just investing in smaller farms, encouraging that?
I think the silver lining in all of this is how do we, in our backyards, we've got chickens too in our backyard, how do we solve for something like this? And people are sort of looking around thinking, wow, well, maybe I could get a chicken in my backyard. And it's awesome. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think everyone who isn't a farmer right now wants to be. So you're in the right department, Brooke.
I am. What a blessing. Thank you.
Okay, so
that is so wonderful. Brooke
Sean.
Rollins. But they all got they got so much room for their chickens, and I'm sure she was out there this morning doing her chores around the farm before she went into work. I'm sure both of them were. I'm sure they don't have any help on there in their own little
Do you know who she's
backyard
referring
farm.
to?
Who?
Sean, her husband, is the transportation secretary.
Well, I told
Sean Duffy.
Yeah, no, I was talking about Brooke
yes.
Rollins, but
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
My husband, your colleague.
Yeah, my
Kevin.
husband, who's literally a
Kevin
part of the
member.
administration I'm supposed to be covering. There's like very little this is one of my pet peeves, honestly. It's like the people that I talk to that say, well, why get a hamburger from McDonald's when you could get a banana and make your food for the week and it would be more cost effective. They have no idea how regular people live. First of all, if you have to work multiple jobs, the idea that you can make this kind of meal for yourself is insane. People need protein-rich, fast food if they're unable to like have leisure time, which is basically what the Republicans have ensured because they don't want to raise the minimum wage. They want to slash labor protections. They want to increase income and wealth inequality. So like,
well, eggs have a lot of protein.
they do. So if you can make an investment in yourself, first of all, you got to buy a house with a big enough backyard, and you better check in with your town to make sure that it's you're allowed to have farm animals in your area. You better have the time in your day to take care of them. You could lobby. And build a chicken coop, invest in yourself. Build a chicken coop in your backyard because then you can see them laying the eggs and you don't know, like there's no wokeness injected or anything like that.
See, Emma, maybe you're just too lazy. Maybe you just don't believe in yourself enough.
You're right.
Have you checked your vitamin A levels? Maybe your crystal. Did you get vaxxed?
Do you need some cod liver oil?
I need my energy red.
Were you vaxxed? Maybe that's the problem.
I think that is the problem.
Yeah, maybe your vax took out all your energy to go raise some chickens.
Yep.
I think that's what it is.
This is called practical solutions. This is the Mahavication. This is their vision
Here's
for
the
healthcare.
beauty. Here's the
Rich
beauty
people.
too. And those chickens, of course, will be not subject to the bird flu because, as you know, it's not like there's chickens don't fly. So there's no way for them to get the bird flu. That's the way. There you go. All you need is just get some chickens. Take care of this. Everybody's complaining about $10 for a dozen of chicken eggs, or $8 or $6 or $14. Well, if you had a chicken,
Bok.
We need the chicken dividend.
yep, chicken in every pot, but a live one. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.